Hello everyone, welcome to Fraser Not the Exorcist, and today I'll be reviewing Her Love Still Haunts Me Like a Ghost by Montell. Now, I've only reviewed Montell once before, and honestly, other than that, I haven't heard much of his music. I might have heard like a song or two before that, but yeah, I just mainly know him from his association with the Christian rap audience, because he's collaborated with a few Christian rappers, and I'm not gonna call him a Christian artist because he's not, but but yeah, he's affiliated at the very least. So yeah, and the reason why I'm doing this, because usually if Montell drops something, I would not review or even listen to it, but I don't know, I'm just trying to understand the appeal, I guess, because while I don't think that he makes bad music, it's this like moody, guitar driven, like I don't want to say emo, just like just moody, like slow, just like Joji like music. And my very limited experience of it has been pretty underwhelming, honestly. It sounded pretty boring and pretty like just nothing to me, but I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to get some clarity is what I'm trying to say. Like, I can't really judge the guy because like as an artist, that is, because I haven't heard much of his music, but hopefully this project will give me some insight into his appeal, because this guy is huge, like like huge, like he's like, well, is he? I'm because I'm not sure if he's a Christian artist, because I've seen him. He's charted a couple songs on the Christian rap charts, and as far as I can see, he's independent and doing like huge numbers, almost 10 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and he's got some like huge, like double-digit million songs, like over like 30 million like listens and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to get some clarity about how I really feel about the guy's music. Hopefully, this will, like even lead to me liking his music as an artist. So yeah, it's just for some clarity, and from the very limited things that I know about this EP, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the story of a character named Ghost Boy or something like that. And he's like obsessed with this girl, or still obsessed with this girl who left him or something like that. I don't know what it is, but hopefully we'll figure it out as we go along. So without further ado, let's begin the review. First track, we have is that the first? Yes, that is the first track. Every Night. Okay, that was a really great start. Really great start to things. That certainly was not sleep inducing. Which is a very good positive, very nice way to start off. So Every Night, it's a pretty simple track. It's just two refrains of the chorus and one really short verse in the middle. It's all over and done before 2.5 minutes, and honestly that's all that it needed to be, because the song, it's like it gets a lot of its message across sonically more than it does lyrically, and it's basically about wanting a life of excess, just wanting a life of just like a life of access to your deepest desires, and like deepest, darkest desires, like even the ones that and even in the chorus he says, "And God, I know it's wrong, it feels so right." Your deepest, darkest desires, your deepest, darkest wants, that even though you feel guilty for indulging in them, you still want them because they make you feel so good, which is a very relatable message. And the chorus is really catchy as well. It's you can really see that taking off there. And in the middle, where he has that one short verse, it goes, "I'm so ashamed of what I've become. I know I can't run. Oh, this is my way. I can't fathom all this faking. I'm done faking for you." Which, and it's cut off pretty abruptly there, and then goes into some more refrains of the chorus. And I think that it's really powerful, because it's the one moment of like him like really like acknowledging and like talking outside of this deep want of his vices, of his deepest, darkest desires, because he's clearly vulnerable, he's clearly guilty about it, he clearly knows, hey, this is wrong, but I can't help it. I want it all. I want as much of it as I can get. That is a very relatable feeling, a very relatable situation, honestly. And yeah, this is just a really really great song, put over simply, but very well executed. It's not a simple song at all. It's very creative. I like the heavy bass, and just and sort of like almost overwhelming instrumental in the background, because I remember hearing a snippet of this song somewhere. I think it was on his YouTube channel or something, and I didn't like it then because it sounded really overbearing for like no reason at all. But now, in the full context of everything, it makes sense, and it sounds better in my opinion. So yeah, overall, Every Night by Montell Fish, this is a great opener for the EP. Solid track. I'd give it a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. Have not made up my mind as of yet, but by the time I get to the editing, I'll have made up my mind by then. So yeah, a really great start to the project, really loving it. So let's move on to Hotel, which was a single that got released for the EP. So I'll be right back. Alright, Hotel, and we are 2 for 2, because this is another great song. Hotel is basically about the character Ghost Boy regretting meeting a woman in a hotel room. And of course, we all know what they did. Well, of course, you know what they did. But yeah, he talks about like being obsessed with her, and how he likes, and he keeps coming back to her and messing with her. But now she's all up in his head, and she's messing with him. This is also relatable. But of course, relatability has nothing to do with the quality of music. And thankfully, the quality of this music is still good. And yeah, it's good. It's great, honestly. It's not much to say about it, honestly. But I like the really ethereal vibe that it has. It's like it doesn't really settle into a steady groove. It's like remember the music that it kind of reminds me of The Weeknd. What's it called again? The Hills, right? Like how during the chorus it's this like build up music. It's like built up music. It's not like a normal rap song where it's like steady groove, right? Like a really steady groove. It's like building up to the climax, and just like total orgasm that is the chorus of the song, right? That's kind of what happens with this song here, Hotel. It's kind of that same structure. It doesn't sound that similar to, I mean, yeah, it does kind of sound similar, but it doesn't sound that similar to it, but it's similar enough. And yeah, it's that ethereal build-up vibe to the chorus of him regretting the meeting up with this girl at a hotel room, that makes it a great song, honestly, because it you know what, it's not special. There's like I've heard songs like this before, like as I said just now with the example The Weekend, but it is a really well done like song like that is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, a hotel, another relatable message that has nothing to do with the rating, by the way, but yeah, it's just a great, well put together song. And again, I think that it has the perfect runtime. It's 3 minutes 17 seconds long. Does not need to be any longer to get the message across, and it gets the message across really well. So yeah, overall, Hotel, not much to say about it. It's just really well done, like weekend formula kind of song. And yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, then you'll definitely like this one here. So I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. That's what I'm feeling right now. And yeah, let's move on to track 3. It's called Escape. I'll be right back. And this one is even better. Yeah, this is really a really great surprise I'm going through right now, because Escape is an almost perfect song in my opinion. But the reason why it's not perfect isn't because it's like missing something or anything like that. It's just that I don't feel like that strongly about it, like a 10 out of 10 strong about it. I don't feel that strong about it, but it is a really great song. Really great song. It's echoing a similar topic to the 2 previous songs, where he meets this girl. They're both in a bad place, right? And at first he thinks that she's going to be escape into probably a better life. He doesn't really say an escape into what exactly, but I'm thinking he means a better life, right? But it turns out that they're both messed up, but now they're stuck together because he's obsessed with her and all that. So yeah, and because he says, you know, basically in the course he says, met you in a bad place, thought you were an escape, now I can't escape your grasp. I don't know how long this escape will last. And it's that over and over again. This is a full like rock song, like almost like Lenny Kravitz style rock song. And I haven't heard much Lenny Kravitz music, but I'm sure that he's made something like this. I've heard something similar to this that he's made in the past. I think it's called like Fly Away or something like that, but whatever. Yeah, it's a really catchy, really short rock song. It's 2 minutes 22 seconds, and that is the perfect runtime to make it catchy and to make it like instantly replayable, because that's exactly what I did after I first listened to it, because it's a simple song. You know, I didn't have to listen to it again to know that I liked it as much as I did, but I listened to it anyway because it's just that good of a song. And yeah, this is really great. The instrumental, the like guitar licks, like these, like, and for these past tracks so far, the guitar that I've been hearing is these really like raw, you know, like just distorted guitar licks that really like bring out the raw feelings and stuff. Like it feels like a very, you know, like a very ugly, but you know, like ugly but fitting like vibe to everything. It brings like the sound of the guitar in these past 3 tracks have all sounded like that, and it really brings this really like natural but ugly feeling to it, and it really works on these tracks, especially this one the most. It's really strong track, and yeah, it's, you know, another, you know, slightly relatable message for myself, but that has nothing to do with my rating of the song. So overall, I'd give Escape a solid 8.5 out of 10. Could probably stretch that to a 9, but it's probably most likely gonna stay at an 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, this one really did it for me, really captivated me. You know, that's got a really catchy chorus. The verse, the verse is pretty short. All of these verses have been pretty short. All of these songs are pretty short, but but they really do stick with you in the best way possible, and through the combination of the shortness of the track, the catchiness, the replayability, how raw everything sounds. It really, like sonically, it just helps to bring everything across without having to say much. So yeah, that's a really great testament to Montell's talent here, because I'm not sure if he's playing like all the instruments and stuff, or if he's producing it or whatever, but like whoever's involved with the whole like creation of this is doing a really, really good job of bringing across those emotions. So yeah, just great song, solid 8.5 out of 10. So let's move into track 4. We have Pretend Lovers. I'll be right back. All right, it is officially pathetically sad, because because for the first like 3 songs it was all about obsession, and you kind of falling into this thing with this chick that he regrets, but he can't let go. He wants to indulge, all of that stuff, right? And assuming that we're talking about the same girl here, this is sad. This is really, really pathetic. Like it's a good song, right? Pretend Lovers, but it's just sad, honestly. Okay, let's talk about it instrumentally first before I go in. It's well, assuming that this is just like one running story and he's talking about the same girl, right? She does not feel like, given like the questions that he's asking and stuff, she does not feel as strongly for him as he does for her. So he's like, so in the chorus he says, "Girl, do you really want to be my friend? Do you really want to be my lover? If not, baby, let's pretend." He wants to pretend like they're in love because he's obsessed with her, right? And it gets so sad to the point where, all right, I'm gonna leave that part for last, because that is the most pathetic part. But in the outro, right, when he's refraining, he's asking her, I mean, he's like, after telling her all this stuff and saying these words, stuff like "let's pretend to be in love," he asks her, he tells her, I hope you know I feel a way about you." Which was funny to me because of all the wild stuff that he was saying before, all the reaching and stuff that he was doing to try and get her interested in him. Like, obviously she knows that you're interested. Obviously she knows that you want to be more than friends. But the most pathetic part was in the verse where he said, "Maybe you should have our kids, that way I'll see you forever. Maybe you should have our kids, that way I'll see you forever." He wants to have, he's weighing the possibility of a family with this woman just because he's obsessed with her. Not because he wants kids, just because he wants to see her. Like just forget the kids. Like you're the reason why I'm here. That is sad. That is so sad. That is so sad. He's desperately like obsessed, desperately in love, and just like head over heels, just willing to do anything for this chick, who he's, like, based on the songs that we've heard before this, is basically just like having sex with. It doesn't seem like they're doing much else, but maybe that'll be revealed later on. But yeah, this is sad, but it makes for a really great track, is what I'm trying to say. So instrumentally, everything is great. I really like I'm at first I wasn't too sure about the overblown production. Everything is completely maxed out, not just the guitars. The bass is way too loud. Everything is bumping in the background, way too loud. But it kind of works, it kind of works for me, I think I could imagine a production that's more appealing to my ears, that isn't overblown, but the overblown production does not ruin it for me. It's good, it's fine, it's good. It's good. It's fine. It's good. It's great. Honestly, it's great. Yeah. So this one was pretty funny. This but also very sad as well to see, like, we just went from, just like kind of like this back and forth obsession of like two messed up people clinging on to each other, and now he is just totally overboard obsessed with this chick. Totally, like, this is past obsession. This is kind of sick. It's like, it's especially with the kids, like the kids thing. But this is how, like, people really think, like how far they're willing to go and sacrifice for this person that they're not actually like that close to. And yeah, it's weird, but it's just how things happen in the world sometimes. It's how people actually act and think. And yeah, this is a really great way of bringing that across. So yeah, another great song overall. I'd give it a solid, well, not actually a solid, but a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. I'm not sure if I'm gonna choose a 7.5 or an 8, but by the time I get to the editing, I'll have made my decision. So main thing is, it's a solid track, really well put together. Everything has been solid so far, so hopefully that continues on to the end. Next we have track 6, Blame. I'll be right back. My mistake, I meant track 5, Altitude. I kind of skipped one. My mistake. Anyway, Altitude is basically a sex song. Basically, yeah, it's basically that. It's about, yeah, it's about him. I'm guessing, since we're still talking. Well, I pretty sure we're talking about the same girl. So yeah, it's about them having sex. And about him, asking her, if she wants him to slow down and stuff. And yeah, just sex, basically sex. And yeah, just overall, it is a great track, another great track. Especially, not gonna lie, I was kind of neutral on it until that last third, when the other guitar came in shredding. That just combined with his singing on the chorus and stuff, really brought it together for me, right? But the one moment lyrically that I really liked was in the verse when he said, "When you choose what you want, only choose in love. Switch it out for lust." I'm not exactly sure what he like what the exact words were that he said, but it's like, lose another true, lose another try, or something like that. He said it kind of weird. But I kind of get what he was saying there. Because like earlier in Every Night, was it Every Night? Yeah, I think it was Every Night. He was talking about like wanting all of his like desires and stuff to come true, even though he feels guilty about it and stuff like that, right? And yeah, so yeah, that makes sense in the context and stuff. So yeah, overall, not much to really say about it. I will say that I'm noticing the similar structure to each song, with the like one short verse, and then everything else is chorus in the beginning, chorus after, chorus. And yeah, it's working for me, but it's just something that I'm noticing. It's just what I'm trying to say. So yeah, overall, Altitude, not much to say about it. It's a sex song with not much really else going on for it. I honestly wouldn't come back to it. But yeah, it's just like it's just a sex song, really. And the only thing that interesting about it is the final third, where the instrumental brings in that last guitar that really set the roof up. And yeah, this made it a great song for me. So yeah, I'm not feeling too strong about it, but still a great song in my opinion. So Altitude, overall, I give it about a 7 out of 10. Came and went pretty fast, so it's not like a huge time waster or anything like that. So it's just a regular but still great song overall, sex song. So, uh, yeah, everything is making sense in context. So I wonder where the story's gonna end next week. Finally, actually have this time. Track 6, Blame. Okay, track 6, Blame was a pretty good song in my opinion. It's the first one I think where sonically nothing that much interesting was happening. Like a couple interesting things happened, but nothing to the degree of the previous songs, and that kind of brought it down for me. Um, right, because there's like nothing really that like wrong with it exactly. It's just that like it's kind of just plainly out there. It's kind of just plainly there, and I'm also confused. Like, is he cheating on the girl who he was talking to? I mean, like who he was talking about earlier in the album. I mean, in the EP, because in here he says, in the verse he says, "Girl, don't act like you don't know that I didn't love her." So, right. So, unless he's like, this is some like weird speech from him, like talking to her or something like that. But this would probably mean that he's cheating in being with this girl. So he's either cheating in general to be with the chick that he's been talking about this whole time, or he's cheating on the chick that he's talking about this whole time with another girl, which, yeah. The chorus, especially for me, was very relatable, but of course that has no effect on the rating. But yeah, just overall, it's a pretty like straightforward kind of song. And for someone doing the kind of music that Montell Fish is doing, it needs to be sonically like sonically interesting, and just sonically interesting at all times, because the lyrics are pretty simple, right? They're not like anything serious to gravitate to or anything, so the sonics will have to do like the best at conveying message and stuff, or at least helping your lyrical messages to be interestingly conveyed so that people can relate, and like and just like the music in general. And here I just don't think that it does enough of that in the record. I like the chorus. It's a pretty catchy chorus now, but it's very similar to the choruses that I've heard before on this album. Like it's still following that same like really simple, like easy to understand formula of just chorus, maybe a little like a little like small verse or something like that, or small sentence at the beginning, then chorus, then the short only chorus, actual chorus in the middle, then just chorus until the song is finished. And thankfully next is the last song, because if this were like a regular full album thing where it's like 12 plus tracks, I would have definitely gotten tired of that structure by the end. But we're right into the seventh and final song, so thankfully he made it into an EP. But still, overall, the song Blame, it's relatable. Gosh, it is really relatable, especially that chorus. But it's just kind of flatly delivered and just released, in my opinion. Like I think it could have been more sonically impressive. I think it needed to be that in order to really stand out and really like leave its mark on this project, because as it is, it's just a pretty just like formulaic, good Christian Well, not Christian, but just good song. So yeah, overall, still don't hate it or anything. Still think it's a pretty good song, almost great song. So overall, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. So let's move into our seventh and final track on the EP. We have Bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, Bathroom, although a pretty good track, is unfortunately a pretty disappointing finish to the album. I mean EP, in my opinion. It's basically, well, just the regular stuff. It's about him. It's about him. It's about him and this chick having sex. All right, it's about sex. It's about sex. Oh, it's about sex. And them having sex and her wanting them to have sex in the bathroom. Hopefully there wasn't any cheating involved, and this is just, I just misunderstood the lyrics and he's talking from personal experience. So yeah. Yeah. This is pretty good. I don't have much to say about it because I just kind of kept on going. With this being the final track, I wish if it was sonically more interesting. These past couple of tracks have just kind of sounded regular to me because I was spoiled for like the first 4 or 5 tracks of this EP. But yeah, as I said, just like the others that I didn't like that much, it's still a good song. It's still a good song overall. Well put together. Montell does a great job singing, and yeah, it's just good, but just not really good exactly. But yeah, thank you for watching. Oh no, wait, whoa, not thank you for watching. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for Bathroom. Sorry, I just can't think of anything to say really about it. It's just decent, it's just decent. So yeah, overall I'd give it about I'm thinking a 7. Yeah, 7 sounds fair. 7 out of 10 sounds very fair to me. So, well, for this caliber, so right. So yeah, that is all 7 tracks. That has brought us to the end of all 7 tracks. So now, time for the final consensus, where I will give you my overall verdict as to how I feel about this EP. Now, Her Love Still Haunts Me Like a Ghost. I saw a linear story going for like the first 5 tracks, but closer to the end, I just kind of got confused as to how exactly like this all fits together, because in the last 2 tracks it sounds like he's cheating on her, but I'm not exactly sure. Like his lyrics are pretty vague. It kind of sounds like he's talking backwards on purpose or something like that, but it just, it's not clear to see, it's not clear to see what exactly is going on. I can understand and relate with the lust and wanting your deepest, darkest desires, even though it feels guilty and stuff like that. But yeah, it just wasn't, whoa, okay, yeah. The album as a whole was, despite like not fully understanding it lyrically, for the most part, for at least the first 5 tracks, they were all very sonically interesting, and they had to be that way because Montell does not rely heavily on lyrics apart from the catchy chorus and stuff like that. Like his lyrics are very important because they contain small nuggets that kind of link everything together, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not that impressive or anything. So Yeah, sonically enjoyed it, except for the last two tracks. Don't know what happened there, but I don't know. But yeah, so overall, I don't fully understand the story, but everything was well done, well put together. Nothing feels like it's too long. I did get the feeling after a while, because of how short each track is, that they could benefit from some elongation. Because like I could just imagine these songs just like the way they are, but as just a part of a bigger picture of a song. Like that would be really really cool. It would be really really, just like a really great thing. But as is, there's still great songs. Not a single one fell under a 7 out of 10, which is very impressive. Very very good. I wish Montell the best. Honestly, this one, yeah, this one was great. And yeah, so I don't think he's boring anymore, thankfully for that. And yeah, I'll just be looking forward to what he has to offer in the future. Um, so yeah, that's just how I feel about it. If I were to highly recommend anything, it would definitely be Escape. Well, just Escape and Pretend Lovers, because like Pretend Lovers gets pretty funny and desperate and sad, but in a good way. So overall, I give the album, it's a pretty, I mean, EP is a pretty solid EP. So I will give Her Love Still Haunts Me Like a Ghost by Montell Fish a solid 7.5 out of 10. That's how I'm feeling. Every track was at least good. And yeah, I just hope that he keeps evolving. I just hope that he like really polishes things up and really comes with a solid 10 out of 10 project, because I know based on this that he has the potential to do so. And yeah, so yeah, I can get why people, why he's got like that many monthly listeners and stuff, and why he's got so many streams, because these are some pretty catchy songs here. So yeah, I liked it. It's great. I don't think he's boring anymore. So good job. Everything is accomplished. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know when I upload next. This has been Frozen Out the Exorcist, and I'll see you all next time. God bless.